unveiling the powerful secret of how God manages chaos and suffering. I remember the very first moment I experienced an overwhelming rush of divine presence, a time when I was standing alone in the stillness of a moonlit desert, feeling the cool night air caress my skin, and suddenly a brilliant light burst forth from the heavens. In that moment, I realized that God, in His infinite wisdom, had a plan for every moment of chaos and suffering we endure. And as we embark on this journey together, I invite you to feel that same stirring in your heart, a call to search for truth in the Bible and the teachings of the Lord, which have illuminated our path through the darkest valleys and the fiercest storms of life. We all face moments when life seems to be an endless sequence of trials and tribulations, when the weight of the world feels unbearable and chaos reigns. But I believe that every instance of suffering is infused with divine purpose. I stand before you, not as one who has all the answers, but as a fellow traveler on this winding road of faith, driven by the same questions you might be asking. How is it that in a world so full of turmoil, God orchestrates events to lead us toward a higher truth? How does the Bible explain that even the deepest pain can ultimately serve as a stepping stone to a brighter, more enlightened existence? Today, I want to take you on an immersive journey, a journey that intertwines our personal experiences with the timeless lessons found in Scripture, all the while challenging you to question, reflect, and ultimately embrace the profound mystery of God's design. I invite you to imagine standing at the edge of a vast, turbulent sea, where towering waves crash relentlessly against rugged cliffs. At first glance, the scene is one of raw, unbridled chaos, much like the turmoil that grips our lives during times of suffering. Yet, as we peer closer, we begin to notice the subtle rhythm within the chaos, a pattern that speaks of a divine hand at work. The Bible is replete with stories that mirror this very phenomenon. Consider the story of Job, whose faith was tested beyond measure. Yet through his profound suffering he emerged with a deeper understanding of God's boundless mercy and wisdom. Like Job, many of us have felt abandoned and overwhelmed, questioning why such afflictions befall us, only to later glimpse the hidden blessings that emerge from our trials. And isn't it astonishing to think that the very same God who calms storms on the sea also orchestrates the delicate dance of chaos and order in our lives? As I share these reflections with you, I ask, have you ever felt that despite the hardships, there is a silver lining, a subtle assurance that every tear, every moment of despair, is paving the way for something far greater than you could ever imagine? In our quest for meaning, the Bible offers us countless narratives of redemption and transformation. We see it in the life of Joseph, who was sold into slavery by his own brothers yet rose to become a powerful leader in Egypt, using his suffering as a stepping stone to save countless lives during a time of famine. When we look at such stories, we begin to understand that chaos and suffering are not arbitrary. They are part of a grand design that, although mysterious, is ultimately meant to refine our character, strengthen our faith, and draw us closer to the divine. You might be wondering, how can suffering ever be a blessing? And while the answer may seem paradoxical, it is in the crucible of hardship that our spirits are forged anew. It is during these moments of deep trial that we learn the true meaning of resilience and compassion, as well as the profound lesson that our pain can serve as a beacon of hope for others. I speak to you now not only as a biblical scholar but as someone who has walked through the fire of despair and emerged on the other side with a renewed sense of purpose and a heart brimming with gratitude for the teachings of the Lord. I have come to see that every setback is an invitation to a deeper relationship with God, who masterfully transforms our suffering into a narrative of redemption. Have you ever paused to consider that the very obstacles in your life might be the keys to unlocking a more profound understanding of who you truly are? In the pages of the Bible, we find a recurring theme, that even when we are enveloped in the shadows of chaos, God is always present, guiding us toward the light. I challenge you to reflect on those moments in your life when you felt utterly lost, only to later discover that those very experiences were shaping you into a more compassionate, empathetic, and wise individual. The teachings of the Lord encourage us to view our hardships not as punishments, but as opportunities for growth, a chance to deepen our faith and to recognize that every trial carries within it the seeds of spiritual renewal. As I stand before you, I cannot help but marvel at the intricate tapestry of life that God weaves. Every thread, no matter how frayed or tattered, contributes to the greater picture of our existence. In our modern world, where chaos seems to be the norm, it is easy to become disillusioned and overwhelmed. But I urge you to look beyond the surface of your suffering, to seek the hidden purpose behind every trial. Just as a master artist uses both light and shadow to create a masterpiece, so too does God utilize both joy and pain to shape the narrative of our lives. Consider the way in which the Bible describes the process of divine refinement, how our souls, like precious metals, are purified through the fires of adversity. When we face moments of uncertainty and despair, we are invited to surrender our fears and place our trust in the one who holds the universe in his hands. I often ask myself, could it be that every moment of suffering is a carefully crafted lesson meant to bring us closer to the heart of God? This is the mystery that lies at the very core of our existence, a mystery that invites us to explore the depths of our faith and to embrace the transformative power of divine love. Imagine, for a moment, a world where every challenge you encounter is not a barrier but a doorway to a deeper understanding of the Bible's eternal wisdom. Picture yourself walking along a rugged path, where every step is fraught with uncertainty, yet each stumble serves as a reminder that you are being gently guided by the steady hand of the Lord. It is in these moments of vulnerability that we find the strength to rise, to overcome, and to ultimately become the best version of ourselves. As you listen to these words, I want you to know that you are not alone in your struggle. We all experience chaos and suffering in our lives, but it is in these shared moments of pain that our collective spirit is strengthened. When we come together in faith, when we allow the teachings of the Bible to illuminate our path, we discover that even the darkest nights are preludes to the dawn. I have witnessed firsthand the miraculous ways in which God transforms suffering into opportunities for healing and growth. Whether it is through a spontaneous act of kindness from a stranger, a profound moment of self-realization in the quiet of prayer, or the inexplicable sense of peace that washes over us in our times of despair, the divine is always at work. I encourage you to open your heart to these signs, to trust that even in the midst of chaos, God is weaving a tapestry of hope and redemption in your life. Let us consider the ancient wisdom of the Bible, which teaches us that suffering is not without purpose. In the midst of life's storms, when we are battered by the winds of uncertainty, God invites us to find solace in His promises. The Scriptures remind us that all things work together for good to those who love God, and that even the most painful experiences can lead us to a deeper, more resilient faith. Have you ever wondered if your struggles might one day serve as a testimony of God's unfailing love and mercy? This is the secret I have come to cherish, that God manages chaos and suffering in ways that often defy human logic, yet reveal a divine order far greater than our own. When we allow ourselves to surrender to His wisdom, we open the door to miracles, miracles that heal our wounded hearts, restore our faith, and transform our lives in ways we never thought possible. In my own journey, I have encountered moments that defy explanation: a sudden surge of energy during a low point, a chance encounter with a wise soul who illuminated my path, or a fleeting vision of divine light that left me breathless and awestruck. These experiences, though difficult to articulate in mere words, have taught me that every moment of suffering is a stepping stone on the path to enlightenment. I have learned that when we embrace our struggles with open hearts, we invite the presence of God into our lives, allowing His love to guide us through even the darkest valleys. And so, my dear friend, I implore you to look at your own life with fresh eyes, to see beyond the surface of pain and chaos, and to recognize that each hardship carries within it the potential for a miraculous transformation. As we journey together through the lessons of the Bible and the teachings of the Lord, we begin to understand that our trials are not punishments, but precious opportunities to grow in faith and wisdom. I want you to imagine a future where the scars of your past are not reminders of brokenness, but symbols of your strength and resilience. A future where the wounds of yesterday have given way to the healing light of today's hope. In this vision, you become a beacon of inspiration, a living testament to the power of divine love and the transformative magic of faith. Every step you take, every challenge you overcome, adds to the rich tapestry of your life. A tapestry that is crafted by the very hands of God. It is a truth that echoes throughout the Bible, that our suffering is temporary, but the lessons we learn and the love we receive are eternal. I challenge you to ask yourself, what if every moment of despair was simply the precursor to a miracle waiting to unfold? What if the seemingly insurmountable obstacles in your life are not barriers at all, but invitations to rise above your limitations and embrace the fullness of God's plan? As we ponder these questions together, let us draw strength from the timeless wisdom of the Scriptures. In every verse, in every parable, there is a message of hope, a promise that even in the midst of chaos, there exists a divine order that guides us toward light and love. The Bible teaches us that our suffering can be redemptive, that every trial is an opportunity to lean more deeply into the boundless grace of the Lord. I often recall a moment when I stood before a majestic waterfall, its roaring cascades echoing the turbulent trials of life. Yet within that chaos, I heard a subtle whisper of reassurance, a divine reminder that God's presence is constant, even in the midst of our most challenging times. That day, I realized that the secret of how God manages chaos and suffering is not hidden in grandiose miracles alone, but in the quiet, persistent ways in which He nurtures our souls. It is in the soft murmur of a prayer answered, the gentle touch of a comforting hand, and the inexplicable sense of peace that washes over us when we surrender our worries at His feet. I speak to you now with a heart full of gratitude for these moments, for they have taught me that faith is not about the absence of pain, but about the courage to trust in a love that transcends all understanding. As we continue on this path together, let us remember that the teachings of the Lord are not confined to ancient texts, but are alive and vibrant in every act of kindness, every spark of hope, and every heartbeat that dares to dream of a better tomorrow. In our modern world, where the chaos of daily life often overshadows the beauty of our spiritual heritage, it is more important than ever to anchor ourselves in the eternal truths found within the Bible. I encourage you to immerse yourself in its pages, to let its wisdom guide your thoughts and actions, and to allow its messages of hope and redemption to transform your very being. Imagine the profound impact that such a transformation could have, not only on your own life but on the lives of everyone around you. When you embrace the truth that every trial is a hidden blessing, every moment of suffering a lesson in disguise, you become a living example of the miracles that can occur when we choose faith over fear. I have seen it with my own eyes, the way a single act of kindness can ripple outwards, touching lives and igniting sparks of change in even the most desolate of places. This is the incredible secret that I want to share with you today, that in the heart of chaos lies the potential for transformation, and that God, in His infinite wisdom, is constantly working behind the scenes to guide us toward a future filled with light, love, and unshakable faith. As you listen, I invite you to close your eyes for a moment and let your mind wander. Picture the countless moments of suffering you have endured, the trials that have left you feeling broken, the chaos that has threatened to engulf you, and then envision those very moments as stepping stones, each one carefully placed by the loving hands of the Lord to lead you to a higher purpose. What if, in the grand tapestry of your life, every tear and every scar was a testament to a journey that was leading you to something far more magnificent than you ever dared to imagine? I stand here before you, not with a message of empty platitudes, but with a call to action. a call to embrace the reality that our struggles are not in vain, and that the lessons of the Bible and the teachings of the Lord hold the key to unlocking a deeper, more profound understanding of life itself. We are all part of a divine narrative, a story that spans millennia and connects us to a legacy of faith, resilience, and hope. And in this story, every one of us has a role to play, a role that is as unique and indispensable as the individual threads that make up a masterful work of art. I urge you to take a moment to reflect on your own journey. What challenges have you faced? And how have they shaped the person you are today? In the midst of chaos, have you ever found a glimmer of light that spoke to your soul, urging you to keep moving forward, even when the road ahead seemed impossibly dark? These are not merely rhetorical questions. They are invitations to delve deeper into the mysteries of your existence and to discover the hidden blessings that lie within your trials. The teachings of the Lord remind us that we are never truly alone, that even in our most isolated moments, God is walking beside us, offering guidance, comfort, and a love that surpasses all understanding. There is a profound beauty in acknowledging that our suffering, no matter how painful, is a shared experience, one that binds us together in the common quest for truth, redemption, and the everlasting embrace of divine grace. And as we stand on the precipice of this realization, I challenge you to let go of any lingering doubts or fears that may be holding you back. Embrace the possibility that every setback, every moment of despair, is simply the precursor to a miraculous breakthrough, a transformation that will elevate your spirit and illuminate your path with the radiant light of God's love. In this sacred journey, we are all students of the Bible, disciples of the teachings of the Lord, and seekers of the ultimate truth that lies beyond the veil of chaos. I want you to know that the secret of how God manages chaos and suffering is not a hidden formula reserved for the few, but a divine truth that is accessible to each and every one of us. It is a truth that reveals itself in moments of quiet reflection, in the gentle cadence of a heartfelt prayer, and in the vibrant stories of redemption that echo throughout the annals of Scripture. As you navigate the twists and turns of your life, remember that you are part of a grand design, a design that is as intricate and awe-inspiring as the cosmos itself. And though the journey may be fraught with uncertainty, it is also filled with moments of extraordinary beauty and grace. Picture yourself in a sacred, ancient place where the echoes of countless prayers resonate in the air, a place where you come face to face with the divine mystery of existence. In that moment, you realize that every hardship you have endured was a stepping stone toward this ultimate encounter with God. A moment when the chaos of the world falls away, leaving only the pure, unadulterated presence of love. I speak these words with the conviction of someone who has witnessed miracles, who has felt the transformative power of faith firsthand. It is my sincere hope that as you listen to this message, you will be inspired to see your own struggles in a new light, to understand that within every challenge lies the opportunity for growth, and that every moment of suffering is a reminder of God's unending love and compassion. Let this be a call to action for you, a reminder that your journey is not defined by the chaos you face but by the strength you discover within yourself when you choose to trust in the divine plan. As we conclude this shared experience, I want you to carry this message in your heart, that even in the midst of life's most bewildering chaos, there is an ever-present light, a beacon of hope that guides us toward a future filled with promise and wonder. Remember that the Bible, with its timeless teachings of the Lord, is not just an ancient text but a living, breathing guide that has the power to transform our lives in the most unexpected ways. I encourage you to delve deeper into its pages, to seek out the hidden truths that speak directly to your soul, and to allow its divine lessons to illuminate the path before you. In doing so, you join a lineage of believers who have learned that every trial, every moment of suffering, is ultimately an invitation to experience the miraculous workings of God in your life. And so, as we stand together at the crossroads of despair and hope, I ask you to reflect on this. What will you do when you are faced with the next wave of chaos? Will you allow it to overwhelm you? Or will you rise above it, guided by the eternal wisdom of the Bible and the teachings of the Lord? I believe in you, and I believe in the power of faith to turn even the most tumultuous experiences into a symphony of divine purpose. Let this message be a beacon for you as you continue on your journey. A reminder that every hardship is but a prelude to the astonishing miracles that await you when you surrender to the will of God. As we part ways today, I invite you to carry with you the conviction that, regardless of the chaos that surrounds you, you are held in the loving embrace of a Creator who sees your struggles and transforms them into opportunities for growth, renewal, and unfathomable joy. Trust in this truth, and let it guide you through the storm, knowing that each step you take is part of a grand, divine narrative that is as boundless as the universe itself. Together, we have explored the powerful secret of how God manages chaos and suffering. And I hope that you now see that within every trial lies the seed of transformation, a seed that, when nurtured by faith, blossoms into a life of extraordinary beauty, resilience, and divine love. Embrace this journey with an open heart, and allow the timeless wisdom of the Bible and the teachings of the Lord to lead you into a future where chaos gives way to peace. Suffering is transformed into strength, and every challenge becomes a stepping stone on the path to eternal enlightenment.